Well, I'd like to say, not for the first time today, I've pressed go live, have I, Gordon?
You have, yes. I got a little sneak peek of put my teeth in as well, of what's coming up tonight. Because, yeah, you accidentally pressed it and we went live and had to reset.
Yes, we did 13 seconds of being live. So if you've managed to find the new link, thank you very much for joining us. Obviously, we're going to be here for about an hour to an hour and a half. But first of all, let's admire our fantastic handiwork as we're in the remains of the building that we started, aren't we?
Yeah, if people have been tuning in for the last few live streams, we've been building a house, and I think we've done pretty well, Gary, in terms of our carpentry skills have come on no end as we've built this.
It's not difficult though, is it? It's measure, it's cut, it's a few nails. It loosely termed a trade, I would suggest, in order to do the carpentry that we did it, and we found it easy, didn't we?
Easy, yeah.
Easy.
What everyone complains about. So.
Let's wander on.
Yep.
Let's see where we are. So this is going to be our balcony area, is it not?
It
when
is.
we finished
Not
it?
too close to the edge.
No,
Gary,
not too close to the edge, in case I dive off the edge. Yeah, I'm not going to dive off the edge. So this is it. And what room will this be behind us?
This will be the bathroom.
Bathroom. Okay, so that's the bathroom back there. Okay, and the room we've just come out of, is it the living quarters or a bedroom?
Well, this is the living quarters,
Yes,
really,
I
but
thought.
there may be a bar in here that serves a few drinks every now and again.
Okay, so we will have a grand opening and certain people will be invited along, and we will probably furnish them with alcoholic beverages, I would suggest, in that
absolutely.
time. Okay, so if we're going to work our way down.
Yeah,
okay,
so
we're
we're a
going
bit
to
like
keep
the
on
Muppets up here, Stadler and Waldorf.
He's both of them, by the way. He's both of them.
He's the grumpy one.
Yeah, and the old one. You're both. You got it down, mastered
down
out.
here.
We've got some visitors as well today, so that'll be good. We've got our good friends from Luden in, so we'll be able to see them. We've seen one of them on the channel before. John's joined us for the first time. Let's get back down to here. Let's see those people. There they are. Whoop, nervously waiting for us. Okay. Yeah, you're on camera. Okay. Oh, I don't know whether we're going to do that every week. It's hard work. Right, Rich, you can take a seat. We'll come back to Richard at some point. Thank you very much for joining us. As always, at the start of the show, we have to thank the people that make it possible for us to go live every 2 weeks. So we'd like to thank the following people. We'd like to thank BG Lasico. We'd like to thank Doncaster Cables. We'd like to thank Nipex Tools. And we'd like to thank Wago. And I can't remember the last one, Gordon.
Luden Power Solar.
There it is. I left them in there. They could have roasted you live, didn't they? Because there they are. Our good friends from Luden Palazzoli. And for those who don't need to adjust your set, no, it isn't one of the Klitschko brothers. I know he looks remarkably like him, but he isn't. We had that last time when Ian Peacock did our race wall. And you did it, Ian, in 4 minutes and 48 seconds. So it'll be interesting to see this week as we continue on down our race wall.
We have got the end of a duel, or the end of a great partnership between Matt and Marcus. Yeah, they may no longer be colleagues after this episode tonight, but it is a good one. And yeah, particularly the warm-up session.
Okay, yeah, good. So they're two friends at the moment. Okay, but by the end of tonight, once we see Matt's race wall time, they might not be friends anymore. However, this week, I got myself a new friend, and I'd like to bring my new friend in. This is my mate Josh. Okay, he came up to see me, and he's now telling his friends that he's got a new mate called Gaz. So that's my mate Josh, and he's helped me out this week, which is fantastic because he's going to come up with the word for Gary's swap shop. And I know some people have already seen it. I posted it. I was so excited. I posted it on social media, on my Instagram story. So some people are already putting that key phrase in. But again, you don't know what you have to do in order to be part of Gary's swap shop, which will come up later on. And hopefully Josh is still up and he's watching us this evening, and you'll see his dad a bit later on because he's our new member of the team as well. So it was great to have Josh up, wasn't it?
It certainly
Yeah,
was.
just come from the dentist when he come to us.
Had he?
Yeah,
Did he get a sticker?
He didn't get a sticker. When he saw me, he got an Easter egg, a can of pop, and a separate chocolate bar.
And a hat.
He got a hat,
Yeah.
thermos flask. He got a head torch and a pencil, I think, and 2 stickers. So he's done rather well out of us. Okay, then. So we're going to start off by doing the register. We're going to mix it round this week. Before we get to our roasting, it's time to do the register. Let's see who's on. Is there any familiar faces in there?
Who's in? Big Ash.
Big Ash is in, is he?
Down in the southwest there. It's Simon Thomas. There we go. So it's,
Is that a new name?
Yeah, I think that is a new name. Yeah.
Welcome,
That's
Simon.
it. Steve Wardley, Billy Torrey up there in Scotland with the numbers. Mark Allenson, as ever. Mark the Sparky Allenson. Sean the Sparky Services. Carl Robinson. Stokey Sparky, Secret Millionaire, Gifford's Electrical. David Dutchman. Mrs. Hayes is on.
She finally sees me on a Thursday, no
Yeah.
Wednesday. I'll get it right.
That's it. So, Aaron, Oh, is that Aaron as in above Aaron?
Oh, yeah, let's hope so.
Could be. Yeah, or Princess Spark, been doing a lot of CPDs recently.
Yeah,
We've seen the
thank you.
certificates posted.
Did we give her
online.
a shout out the other week? Am I getting the people wrong or right? Did she go into hospital and have a lip operation?
Yes.
We gave her a shout out that week. If you didn't see that one or you caught it up afterwards, we did give you a shout out and wish you all the best. Hopefully you're feeling better. We are seeing your Instagram posts.
Yes. Mark out in Tenerife. Hope the weather's as nice as it is here at the minute, Mark. Crumpers is on Sparky 400T Air Spark 1. Fishbait 75.
Oh, that sounds like a new name.
No, that's regular, Gary. Regular.
Fishbait?
Yep. The
I
UK
apologise.
Spark, another regular threatening to come over and take on the challenge wall. Colin Richardson, Sam L, Terry Moore, DAE, Matthew Boland, Robert Rebelli. Hope I got that right. Terence Sharp, Mark Russell, JRC Electrical, Tom Bickerton.
Hey, Tom's on. He won the other week and forgot to claim it.
Yeah, well, don't tell him that now.
It's nice,
Right, I
son.
think that is it for the register, Gary. There's still
he
people
won-
coming in, but you've missed
Did he
it.
win Gary's swap shop, I think, didn't he? Yeah, he didn't.
he
He
did.
didn't
Didn't
post
stay on if
anything.
you don't
Didn't
hang
stay on for the
around.
end. You don't find out the prizes. Prizes will be the last thing we do before we slip into the plug and socket, and when we'll relax and answer some questions, hopefully that you want to pose us. And there should be by the end of this one tons of questions that you're going to ask, and hopefully we can answer, and that will link into what I'm going to be doing tomorrow as well. And that's why Ian is with us. Let's put it back on. There's Luden Cam, and he's alongside John. Okay, and I'd just like to say for the record that Gordon hadn't got a clue who John was, and that was the person I thought it was. I was like, I only know one John from Luden.
No, John was down south. I didn't have him as venturing this far north.
Right, okay.
You know,
Nobody
so-
ventures this far north unless they have
so
to.
there we
Yeah.
go. So a
The
few others
frozen
before we
north.
go on. Simon Kenny, that tool guy, Sean Dempsey, another regular, David Windsor,
Sean.
Ozo, Hack UHG. So there we
That's
go.
the way you say them. Rolls off the
that's
tongue,
it.
doesn't it?
There we go.
Okay, so that's the register finished. Well, I'm wearing a hat because I've got my EV Blocks hat on, and obviously my good friend Josh has also got the same hat, and we like to wear the same kit, which is all good. So that leads us nicely into what we're going to look at first, doesn't it, Gordon?
Yeah, it certainly does. It's obviously one of our favourite topics, and that's obviously EV chargers.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and it's quite good. So this is for one. We didn't find this one. Well, actually, I did find this one, but a lot of people, they're quite... should we say that someone's gone EV and they're doing the bit for the environment, things like that. They like to post online that they've had their EV charger installed.
Pretty proud, aren't they?
Yeah.
I've gone EV. I've gone green. I want to show you my EV charger. Normally it will illuminate when it either flash down the side of it or something and say I've gone EV. Don't see the car though always, do we? So it's pending the car. And then they decided to do a little bit of a deep dive into the lovely install that I had done. They were really pleased,
They
weren't they?
described the full process from an inquiry to
Yes.
getting the charger installed. They didn't actually film the install itself,
Probably a good thing.
but they did put a full review of the install they'd had done. They were quite pleased with it.
They were. And
However-
then we had a little look, didn't we? Sure,
had
we've
a
got some,
little
we've got some photographs. We're going to bring these. We did try and do a picture-in-picture thing, didn't we? We spent about 25 minutes not being able to do it. So we're going to disappear now. You'll hear our voices, but you'll see our pictures. This is how it started off. Now, oh, hang on, I've got me in the back. Oh, yes, because you've done it as a dissolver. We apologise. So you're going to have to just, if you just move to the side slightly, you can just still see us in this one. This is technically brilliant, isn't it? Look, so it's seamless. So over here, okay.
In the
we've
green
got-
corner.
Yeah, we'll
Come
come
on
back
to
to
that.
that, yeah. I'm standing in the red corner. Yeah, all right, yeah. So what we've got here then is obviously the installation as it started. Now, we've got a lot of things in common with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because before the installation started, they had an isolating switch, like I did before I had my smart meter.
Yeah.
So I've got something in
And I
common
haven't
with
got to the bottom of that yet.
No, you haven't.
We had the little skirmish with Eon. I did write to them, and the PR guy was pretty quick in getting back to me and assured me it's not their policy to remove isolators or 2 meters of meter tails when they do upgrade to your smart meter. So they're not into metal theft.
No.
But he said he was going to contact you again.
And he hasn't done yet. But
he
we'll come back to that because, yeah, I think having less at your main switch obviously might be something that this will have in common with as we move through the photographs.
Yeah.
Standard sort of installation, we're probably going to suggest there for the argument that's about as much stuff that was probably allowed within our meter box. We've had this discussion and we've chased it down with our DNOs and our network operators. We got back, the information was pretty much that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we have seen people shuffle things around in there to try and squeeze another small consumer in there, a few Henley blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, apart from the fact I had to squash myself into the corner there because you brought that asset in, that wasn't a good one. And if I'd have practiced earlier on by pressing the live button, I perhaps could have worked out that I'd done that wrong earlier. Yeah, but I didn't, did I? I just played other bits of random stuff. Standard setup, yeah?
Standard setup.
What's really good though is that's on the outside of the building, very close to where they want the EV charger, isn't it? So we got a feel from it that going inside the installation to start the wiring process was probably a no.
Yeah.
So now we get a little bit nervous, don't we? We get a little bit worried because we're thinking what's going to be added to the meter box.
Yeah.
What's going to be added in there, Gordon?
No, they didn't actually.
No, what did we think might be
Oh,
added?
no, we thought there'd be a small consumer unit.
We did.
Yeah, and some Henry blocks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, they didn't.
No, they put an outdoor enclosure.
Let's have a look.
Yeah.
They've gone, and isn't that ironic? What have they installed there, Gordon?
Oh, there's a Luden consumer unit.
There is a Luden consumer unit. Let's hope it's got all the correct stuff in there. Else we could perhaps just flick over to the following camera, okay, and just get
They're worried here now.
a little
Worried
bit
on
more
Luden
nervous
cam
than they need to be. Okay, so we bring ourselves back in. Let's bring it back in. So there it is.
Yeah, there
okay.
it is. So that's been put inside another box.
Okay, that seems odd to me. A box within a box. Wouldn't the smart thinking be maybe to make the enclosure you're screwing there that's IP rated actually with a DIN rail, with a switch and some breakers? Maybe that's the new thing.
Or a waterproof consumer unit.
Waterproof consumer unit. We've seen those as well.
Yeah, with a hinge-up lid. So yeah, if the customer on this one, if they have to reset this consumer unit, they're going to have to take the lid off that box.
Yeah.
And then access it. So
Do you think that's a bit of an overkill as well? Because you only need to have a metallic consumer unit inside the dwelling. Couldn't you bring back the old plastic ones you got kicking around?
Could do.
Oh, I think that would be the future. Let's bring a plastic box and a plastic consumer unit.
Yeah.
Anything there worrying you?
Anything rare? Obviously, we've got a nice cable gland going out at the bottom.
Yes.
Yeah. So the outgoing cable's got a gland on it. The meter tails coming in the back have been sealed with that well-trusted sealing solution called a dollop of silicon on the back. So you've got 5 cables coming in there. You've got the meter tails plus the earth plus the wires that go out to the CT clamp that goes next door.
Okay, lots of stuff.
So
tight bending radius for me.
yeah.
That's
So
a
the
little
problem
bit
I have there is obviously water's going to come in, and that is a waterproof box. And waterproof boxes are great because once water gets in,
they stay in.
it stays in.
Okay, it becomes a watered enclosure.
Yeah.
So okay, so maybe that Luden board will grow from being a 2-way to maybe a 3 or 4 with a little bit of watering and nurturing and talking to over time. So you recommend maybe a little hole in the bottom there as a drain off point, would you?
Well,
Or better silicon?
yeah, I just wouldn't have done it that way myself. Okay. And obviously, and everyone goes for 25mm tails.
Yes.
You don't actually have to, because
we've done a video on that.
We've done a video on that. You don't have to have 25mm tails because the charge is a fixed load. You could have got away with smaller tails.
Okay, so that'd be worth checking out
Controversial,
that
but, yeah.
video if you haven't already. At the minute, are we worried?
No,
We said we're going to roast it.
Yeah,
Well, let's open the lid up of this Luden board. Okay, let's just go over to Nervous Cam over here. Okay, and yeah, maybe they haven't used Luden devices in there. Maybe they've made something else fit. Who knows? Maybe we can get back to John and to the younger Klitschko brother in a moment. Okay, so let's bring ourselves back in before we bring in the next image, which is the open lid. And what's great though is they didn't know, did they? They're sitting over there. They ain't got a clue.
No, you can't see the line.
No, you can't see it. It's classic. Oh, everybody else has just took a deep breath of they've seen what's inside of that Luden. As we've lifted the lid, any issues?
No, that's
absolutely
fine.
none.
None.
We've got plenty of nodding heads over here. Yes, they're back perky in their seats.
So type ARCD and a 32 amp MCB.
Yeah,
that's what you'd expect to see.
Okay, and it was a 3-way board. Okay, got a bit of growth there, haven't they? Yeah, a little bit.
Put a bit of surge protection in there with an upsell.
Yeah, a little bit of surge.
That one module.
Yeah. So there we go. So we're still absolutely happy.
Well, the enclosure's a bit ropey. Yeah. No, not the consumer unit.
They're in the room. What's ropey?
The IP box.
Oh, the IP, the
and
plastic enclosure. And the silicon. Right, okay, good. Yeah. So we like the Luden bit. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, bang on.
Yeah.
We said we were going to roast it. We're not roasted anything yet. A bit of silicon.
Let's just go back to what happened in the meter box.
Okay, let's have a look inside the meter box. This is what it now looks like.
Yeah, so this is what it now looks like.
Right, just give the audience, just the people watching, just a moment, because it took me a moment to spot one of the things, even though when you spot it, it's like, it's like finding Wally on a page. Once you know it's there, it's easy to see.
Yeah.
Okay, so I look straight away at the Henley blocks. Yeah. I do not like the double stacked ones. I never have done.
Yeah.
Find them fiddly. There's something about putting the line and neutral in that type of enclosure that's a little bit nerving. Okay, so that was there. Yeah. And then I drifted to the sort of the right-hand side and thought, what's going on there? Is it no longer a switch?
It seems that the neutral's gone from the double pole switch.
Yes.
but the line conductor's still going through there.
Now, is that line conductor still used though? Is it good? You've got to look carefully.
It's
though,
going in at the top,
Yeah.
and it appears to be coming out of the bottom and going into that Henley block.
Right.
Yeah.
So we've rediverted the neutral from the meter. We've disconnected from the switch.
Yeah.
We put it into the Henley block, but we've left our old favourite, the line, in there.
Yeah.
Still, so it's a single pole device now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the double pole device is now a single pole device. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not good.
And obviously, to reroute the, obviously you'll notice the lead seal's gone off the meter.
So we're looking closely, everybody. Yeah, the lead seal has gone off the meter. However, it looks like they haven't gone off the cutout.
Yeah.
What would that suggest to you that's happened? Have they got some spare seals and run out is the first option. So let's clarify that as option number 1 is the fact that they've replaced the seals on the meter, maybe got some of their own seals. You know, they say you can get them off a well-known auction site, okay,
Yeah.
that offer delivery within about a month.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can buy, you can collect.
Yeah, buy, can collect from
Sometimes.
your local Ugus.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay. I think probably they were left in place.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so we've done that live then, haven't we? Taken that cover off and we've gone live, yeah?
But we've only been working on the
neutral
side.
Okay,
there,
yeah,
so-
on the neutral. It links into that thing we looked at last week, 2 weeks ago, didn't it? Where you start moving stuff around and we know those stranded conductors, they get a little bit wiggly and then we end up with maybe something that's melted or caused a fire, don't we? So there's an
Yeah.
issue there. IP rating of the top of the switch is obviously not IP2X, IP4X
Yeah.
on the top there, is it? So
Well,
we've
let's
obviously
just
got
have
that
a closer
missing.
look in.
So we're going again.
No, you got the next one down.
No, okay, so
No,
just
you go on there. We'll finish
absorb
it.
that one.
Yeah.
Let's go across to the side here.
Yeah.
There's your Silicon City.
Yeah, but there's that close up with that isolator.
Yeah.
So again, that's just that's just bizarre why you would do that.
I've no idea.
Yeah.
And when he went in there in the video, he was chuffed to sixpence, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Talking about the CT clamp and all the rest of it. He was a happy chap.
Yeah, and there's a nice bit of silicon, and if you're going to use silicon to seal cables, I wouldn't suggest you do, but at least put it top and bottom really. So he's done a cracking job of silicon all the wires at the top, but there's nothing underneath. So that's so what really would probably happen. Obviously, we know the other box has got silicon in it, so the water will probably go down between the two enclosures, come through underneath the silicon. The back box of the meter box will sort of get a bit wet and soggy, and what chipboard does, it sort of expands, and then
Breaks
in a few
away like a
years' time-
Weetabix biscuit, doesn't it? Yeah, just crumbles away.
It's
Yeah,
like
so that'll
that
be
crushing moment when you haven't, you never judge it right. You've got the rich tea or a digestive, you've pulled it out your coffee and it
like
snaps.
half a dunk for a rich tea, innit?
So there we go.
Unlike those ones that are more oaty based and they're a little bit more, they can go in for a couple of dunks, aren't they? Yeah. Custard creams, I always find that they're sly, aren't they? Two-sided with the custard in the middle. You put them in, you think you can give it a little bit longer, you pull it out and you've got nothing, have you? It just collapses. They both work at the same.
Yeah.
We drift. Good installation.
No, terrible. I mean, it's good okay, not putting the stuff inside the meter box.
Well done.
But then that isolator. I mean, it's just why would you do that? I just don't know why you'd do it.
So screaming for me there. Broke the seals on the bottom of the meter.
Yeah.
Out of the two, let's not do either of them. Out of the two, do that one. One, okay, is what I would suggest on that, but don't do either of them.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to do it. And obviously they've worked live, they've left the neutral, no isolation on the neutral, no IP rating on the correct on the isolator. There's an issue with the silicon sealant and all the rest of it, and then they've dressed the cable nicely along and fit their EV charger, haven't they? Yeah.
But that was a great one because that was posted by a customer and they were dead chuffed with that install until they obviously started reading the comments, and I believe whoever installed it.
He's gone back, I think.
Well, we'll see how it plays out, but it was a few people spotted that small mistake.
It was hidden in plain sight, though, wasn't it? It's like, oh, I spotted it. That was really difficult to spot. So we would suggest that wasn't great. And that's our first chance there. We're not massive advocates, are we, of just looking at jobs and just pulling them apart and all the rest of it. But we're seeing this consistently around the meter box, aren't we?
Yeah.
And it's now drifting into poor workmanship in other areas. That is a disaster waiting to happen, and we know what will happen. There'll be actions, there'll be rules, there'll be regulations, and people will be prevented possibly from doing anything inside that cupboard.
Yeah, now I actually sat in this week on a technical meeting with the ECA.
You're letting all our secrets out.
Yeah,
haven't you?
no, it was
Wasn't it the old handshake and all the
No,
rest of it?
it was
No,
first. It was quite good actually. It
Not allowed in?
was a lot of the things that we talk about. They talk about.
Give us an example. Go on, tell us one.
My favourite line taps.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you get pointed out in the audience at that stage?
Well, people had mentioned there was a YouTube video on it, and things like line taps, things like.
Was there a conclusion?
well, a bit
Good
like
idea.
this. It's like, well, they're great for what they're intended for, overhead aerial cables. They weren't designed for tapping into
Meter tails.
meter tails.
Okay.
Unless you're growing plants in your loft.
Okay, and what would you do that? There's no
well,
natural
tomatoes, Gary.
There's no natural sunlight in the
price
loft,
of
is there?
shopping these days. Well, yeah, you've got to put a few lamps in there to grow your tomatoes.
Oh right, so if you put a lot of lamps up there, keep them nice and warm, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
keeps the snow off
Good
your roof.
idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's already got all that insulation up there. I bet the growing would happen quite quickly, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Good idea.
Just put a bit of insulating and stop the police spotting that you're growing tomatoes in your roof.
Why would they be bothered to growing tomatoes in your roof?
Well, everyone wants to know.
Oh, right, okay.
So that's what, that was that one. So anyway, but it was just quite interesting that a lot of things that we talk about, obviously, a lot of other people get concerned about as well. So,
Okay.
And it was quite enlightening, actually.
And again, look at it another way. I mean, it's that social media's undone you, hasn't it? At the end of the day, there, and it isn't even the electrician on social media. And we also see that, don't we? Often, an electrician will be very happy with what they're posting, and then obviously other people suggest that other elements of it aren't quite correct, are they?
Yeah.
Right. From that serious note, let's go to a less serious note, and let's bring my logo in because I don't have to squash to the side of the wall when we've got your phone. Gary Swap Shop. Okay, so this is a regular thing, and last time out, nobody sent me anything in. I asked for those little screwdriver bits, didn't get any in, and that is the first time I've ever done that because we were giving away the Alexa.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Alexa, play songs by Billy Joel. Yeah, that would be the thing. So Alexa, play something by, I don't know, what can we go with? Elton John. Let's go with the other one. So,
Or Alexa, order me a dozen toilet rolls from Amazon.
yeah. Or hey Google, play my favourite song.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that was last time out. So they didn't go. Okay, and our theme this week is all about EVs. So we're going to continue that on. So in order to play for Gary's Swap Shop, I want you to send me in a battery. Now you've got to be careful with posting batteries, so I'm going to put people under pressure here. You'll have to tell the people when you post it, you're posting a battery. Now I would go for a really small battery.
A watch battery.
Yeah, a watch battery.
Yep.
If you win at the end for Gary's Swap Shop. So you're going to have to put the keywords in. Lots of you already know it. Let's bring my mate back in. Here he comes. Here comes Josh.
The keyword is EV charger.
That's by far the cutest person we've ever had do that, okay? So if you put EV charger in, you're in with a chance of Gary's Swap Shop, but you need to know what you're going to win. So I'm going to bring in this little bag here. You're going to take the hand cam, so I'll bring hand cam in.
Oh,
you get them in. Yeah, there they are again. So inside Gary's Swap Shop bag, we've got a thermos flask by eFIXX. Okay, good old Trevor at eFIXX. Possibly the best thing we gave away last year, apart from those Alexa, play something by Adele. Okay, so there we go. We've got a head torch by Lucico. We've got a hat. I'm modelling them as well. Oh, yes, I do like those hats, and so does my mate Josh. Josh got one as well.
Oh.
And we've got
People spotted the Tic Tacs on the front.
Limited edition.
Yeah.
Tic Tacs. They're a lot rarer than when we got them.
Yeah, I know, because you've been stuffing your face with them all week.
I've had a few
Been
packets.
rattling around the unit when he walks in. It's like a maraca going off.
And a pencil. Okay, doesn't get much better than that. So, okay, so that's this week's Gary Swap Shop. In order to play along, you have to put EV charger. Josh has told us a keyword to do it. If you're pulled out at the end, 2 people need to send me a battery. Remember, there's an issue with posting it. Where do we post it to, Gordon?
It's in the Get Involved, if you follow it there, but it's Lineside Studios, Skipton, BD23 1TB. Put your home postcode in there.
It's link in the description. Link in the description in order to do that. But you won't know until the end. And if you have one, that bundle will come out to you when I receive your battery. However, you need to give me your address as well because I won't need to send it back. And it's really nice if you put in there a little note saying how I'm your favourite presenter in the team of eFIXX. That always helps us when that comes in. And probably Al Gordon's your 4th favourite. Okay, now we've got Richard on board. Yeah? Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. So all you got to do is follow the advice of Josh and do this.
Is EV charger.
It's good. So Gary's Swap Shop's up and running. In that time, that meant you could look at the board and work out where we're going next, Gordon. So what we do next?
Next, we're no, it's all right. I've got there. Well, the other thing, the reason actually Ian is up there is because we have got
Ian's here. Yeah. Reason. Let's bring Ian Cam in. There he is with John. Okay, there he is. Yeah.
So we have got a round table tomorrow with some esteemed guests.
Round table?
Yeah, round table where we discuss things. Obviously, we have been doing a lot about talk recently, and people have fired in loads of questions and things of, why aren't all torque settings the same for all screws? Why aren't all manufacturers the same?
Why aren't they all the same?
Why do we even bother with
If
torque?
only I could get a manufacturer in a room and ask him that question with the camera rolling.
Yeah.
Why is the main switch, the breakers and the neutral and earth bar different?
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh,
So
there's
we're going to do
a question for you.
that. So obviously, if anyone's got any questions for Ian that are really difficult, if you fire them in the comments now, we'll make sure he answers them tomorrow.
And the other people in there, should we tell so that people can get a feel of it? So we've got Shahid from the ECA joining us, so we get the regulation aspects of it. We've got a representative, we've got Steve from WeHar, haven't we coming in?
Yes, we have, yeah.
And we've got another person who, and unfortunately, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, well, it's top secret, Gary.
Top secret.
Because he does the investigations when when things go tragically wrong. He's the person who rakes through the ashes. He's a forensic investigator.
I wonder if a lot of these fires are now going to be started from the white box at the front of the property.
Well, I think he's got some specific examples on where that's gone wrong.
So bang them in. What would you like me to ask? And I am going to go for it tomorrow. Properly going to go for it. Let's bring it back in. I am going for them. Yeah. I think they're all colluding together in order to make us do this talk setting, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it tomorrow.
Yeah. So you think what Shahid put it in the regulations?
I do. I think Shahid smuggled it in, but he didn't smuggle it in words of exact. He went, read those instructions. Yeah. And I think his mates down at the old circuit breaker manufacturers and DBs, they went, oh, Shahid's dropped it in for us. Fantastic. And then Steve's gone, we're in here, bang a few screwdrivers out, and I'm going after him. Yeah, I'm going to find out where this web of deceit has come from. I'm starting with you, Shahid. I'm coming for you first. So look out for that video when it drops. If you didn't see the first one was an absolute clanger, wasn't it? So that was the one about RCDs. Yeah, and Shahid come out with a classic there that, put people in a little bit of a pickle, I would suggest.
Yeah, well, made life easy for people.
Yeah.
Clarified the situation.
Yeah,
that's what we like. So if anyone's got any questions on that, we'll do that. We'll have a look at that tomorrow in depth.
Okay, still wearing that green T-shirt?
I am. So I
haven't got a green T-shirt.
People said they don't like the green look.
No, I wanted white with a green logo. That's what it is. I get a green one with a white logo.
So we're doing this because we are launching another channel, and we've put the link in the description.
Another YouTube channel.
Another YouTube channel.
Is there another one of us?
Because we've built the house behind us, it is obviously so we can do lots of electrical work in there. But there is also lots of things that we want to explore related to heat pumps, the storage, the way insulation, all the things in there. So we've set up a dedicated energy channel because some people will care about it and others won't, and we don't want to flood the main channel talking about loft insulation. So that's what it was. But and Gary wants to try his hand at a bit of plumbing.
I'll just say all those people now are rushed over there to sign up for that and subscribe. Yeah. They're going to keep that off this channel.
But there's a lot. People ask us all the time, oh, heat pumps, how do you... There's a lot of things, a lot of heat pump is about plumbing, unfortunately, and insulation and things like that. And we had a great visit down to Octopus Energy where they're, from April, they're going for it. Obviously, there's a government grant behind it. And so you're going to say, so they're training 1,000 installers to fit a heat pump, so we are going to be seeing a lot of it. But we thought there's only one way we're going to learn about it. We have to build our own house and put our own heat pump in. So but along the way, Gary will get to drill some wooden joists and talk about cables.
Well, you say that, but I'd like to perhaps introduce our new member of staff at this stage. We said we're going to introduce him. Let's go past these people who are now panicking. This bloke is not going to sleep well tonight, is he? He's not going to sleep well. Hey, John's laughing his head off. Okay, so our new member of staff we've got over here. Let's do what we're familiar with first. We're familiar with this young man here. This is our second Joe. You can't believe there can be two Joes work for eFIXX, but this is the guy behind the magic. He's here on his laptop sorting out all the stuff for us. He does our world-class thumbnails and he's our guy for our web design, and we are an absolute pleasure to have him on board. And here's our newest member of staff, whose greatest accolade is the fact that he's dad to Josh, isn't it? Is what you are. So how long have you been with us then, Rick?
This will be my 5th week, I believe, yeah.
Okay. Enjoying it?
Brilliant.
The answer is yes.
Really well.
Yeah, okay, read the script. It's just up here, so keep reading it. Favourite presenter?
It's got to be Gordon.
Really? That bloke there in the green? Yeah?
We'll stick together. Now, people will have actually seen Richard on the channel before, won't they?
Well, they?
Yeah.
Because I interviewed him for one part of it, didn't I?
You did. You destroyed him. Yeah, you destroyed him in an interview about his wanting to move into the electrical industry.
I told him he'd never be an electrician going to college doing it the way he was going to be, so I had to give him a job then to say sorry, didn't we?
Yeah, but he's so he is on the challenge wall.
He is.
Down there.
Where is he? I can't.
No,
got to be
can't
careful
show
with the camera because I caught the corner of it earlier. I bet people are going back trying to see if they can see sometimes. You might have got a little bit of a clue there for a future week. So let's have a look where Richard's is. Oh, my neck. I can't look down that far.
Rick, behind that table.
Rick,
the table's a bit wobbly there, Gary.
It is. Absolute nightmare, this table.
Yeah. I've got a fix for that.
Have you?
Yeah.
What is it?
Just put some of these splates under it.
Okay, let's have a look. Hang on. What are these?
Well, good. The shim, the joiners use them.
Okay, so you're saying these here will solve the problem, will they? So I just
the plumber used them first, then when the joiners put the floor down, they used a bit,
Look at that.
Bit of it as well. Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Perfect, absolutely perfect. Love it.
So I think they're handy for anyone who visits a restaurant.
I knew I'd find a task for
table.
those eventually, yeah. Splates. I wonder who makes these. I wonder if he's watching this evening. Hey, Rich? Yeah. He's brilliant, he is. He pulls us all over. Is he on there yet? It's all over social media, so thank you very much, Rich. We do love you to bits. We've been playing around with some of his other products, haven't we? We've got some feedback for you, Rich.
Yeah, we've got some bad news coming up soon. But,
we'll dress it in amongst other bad news and pick the best bits out of the bad news.
Yeah, we'd be amazed what damage an impact driver can do.
Yes, you will be.
You thought we could just destroy consumer units with them.
We're all good. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So have you got any questions you'd like to ask about torque? Obviously, that panel discussion starts tomorrow. Please leave them through, and obviously Joe will be pulling them off as we go. Now, we've got a sneak peek. So this might be where we're going very soon as well, isn't it? If we're talking about torque, there's some other bits, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, so what have you got to show me, Gordon?
Of course.
I haven't seen it yet.
This is a first. It's a BG AFDD.
Sorry, say that again.
A BG AFDD.
Okay.
So, and obviously people say, well, they just look like RCBOs with a hole on the front where there's an LED.
Okay. Yeah. That's an LED. Is it? I haven't seen it yet. I genuinely haven't seen this before we got here. Yeah. Well, I can't get any closer than that. Right. Okay. And it's a Type A.
Type A.
Yeah. RCBO. It's a 40 amp Type C breaker as well. Okay. Yeah. And it's single module, which we can all see.
In there. Yeah.
Switch neutral. Yeah. Brilliant. Have we got any indication of what that LED might do? Might have a take a little look. You have a look at instructions.
I've got some flashing. You want to know? So a steady red.
Steady red. Yeah. What's
is
a steady
an
red?
overcurrent or residual current fault.
Okay. Yeah.
Blink.
Yeah.
Every second.
Yes.
Total for 10 seconds.
Yes.
Is a series arc fault or parallel arcing fault.
Yes. Okay.
Continuous blinking.
Yep.
So 2 blinks every second.
Yep.
Total 10 seconds is an overvoltage fault, so it's above 275 volts.
Okay, yeah, and that's going to become perhaps more of an issue the more solar PV we get, isn't it? That upper end voltage.
And then a fast 5 blinks per second is continuous blinking, internal self-test fault.
Okay, so they all have to self-test, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's within a certain period of time. I'm sure we could ask somebody of a different manufacturer, but I don't think they're talking to us at the minute. Let's bring it back on. He was on his phone. That'd been a lesson there, Ian. Yeah, I would have had you for that. I caught you out the corner of my eye on your phone, yeah? How embarrassing for you. You should be watching. You've got it live. There's poor people having to watch this at home. Okay, so that's the new AFDD from BG, yeah? And we've got a new board and all sorts of stuff to look at.
It's interesting. We don't want to go back into torque again, but it's 2 Newton meters at the top. It's 1.2 Newton meters at the top. It's 1.2. At the bottom, it's 2.
That's normally down to the, and again, we'll have this out tomorrow. That's normally down to the screw size, isn't it? The screws at the top are slightly smaller. You're saying that's 1.2 Newton meters of torque, is that right?
Yeah, but as we know from our torque, the torque challenge, 1.2 isn't a lot on the old wrist test.
Talking of old wrists, there's one.
Look at that.
Old wrist.
Yeah, cut my fingers open this week in a
soft
lead
hands,
tape accident.
Yeah, soft hands, though, isn't it? Yeah. So, marigold, we call him. Yeah, they're that soft.
Because Richard buried you, because he said,
buried me.
He's trying to get his revenge now.
Going to properly rinse him out.
Anyway, so we'll be looking at this. We've got lots of CPDs coming out on AFDDs. We're going to make a video actually showing one working.
Are we?
Yeah. There's lots of videos out there that show them not working.
Oh, right, okay.
So we thought we'd produce a video. No.
We're going to stun people. We're going to say they work.
Yeah.
Watch this video, AFDDs work.
Yeah, so we're going to make a video.
They work. Manufacturers don't make things that don't work, do they?
No, but there's lots of videos out there that people show them not working, so we thought we'd just just be a little bit controversial and actually show one working.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it. Is that a video that I've got to do?
You're doing that one,
Yes,
yeah.
I'm looking forward to that one as well.
So.
I'm going to go down and see some of my former friends and explore that. Okay, that's really good.
Yeah.
So for me, that seems... I haven't seen Amendment 2 yet. Have you seen Amendment 2 yet?
I haven't seen Amendment 2.
Even though you're on this special panel thing.
No,
that
there
I'm not
wasn't
allowed
even
to
that.
go.
Was talked in
When
hushed
it's
tones. It was like
there's a new person on board,
Yeah.
snake in the grass, no
Yeah.
doubt. I bet, yeah, it's like letting the fox in the chicken house, wasn't it, when you turned up?
Yeah,
When
it was good.
Okay, so that must mean they're on every circuit. Let's start it now. This part of it, yeah. Every circuit as of Amendment 2, the day it drops, every single circuit needs an AFDD.
Won't happen.
It's not coming in, is it, like that?
So,
Is
we'll
it?
see.
Well, we'll see, won't we? Do you
see
know something
soon.
I don't know?
No.
If only we could find out the answer. I don't know where we'd have to. If there was a manufacturer of, say, I don't know, overcurrent protection devices and consumer units, they'd probably know, wouldn't they?
Yeah, it would. But
Yeah.
they're tight-lipped on it. No one's letting it go. So.
Yeah, and tomorrow, I won't be tight-lipped. Okay, I'm going for it. Brilliant. Okay, so you're happy with the little sneak peek there?
Yes,
So
I think that
BG
was good.
have got their own AFDD. Do we know when it's available to order?
I think it's probably timed for a change in the regulations.
What, March,
Yeah.
you suggested? Okay. Every circuit.
Gary thinks it's going to be every circuit. Yeah.
That's what you told me.
Just because you've got the world's most expensive consumer.
I've already got it
on.
on every circuit at home. Yes, you got it. Yeah. Even my blank ways are AFDDs. I've got 4 blanks and they're AFDDs just in case.
Yeah.
I extend the wiring system, the AFDD is in there. Or if there's a fire, the AFDD can block that fire from exiting the
Tell you
chamber.
what, the next time Eon come, they're not just going to take out your double pole switch and your meter company. They're coming in the house to take out those spares.
Yeah, I bet they will. Yeah.
Good money on eBay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's all good. Right. So we've talked about AFDDs and that links us to the regulations, which links us nicely to a regulation corner. And again, this is an absolute classic. I teased it out on social media because someone's going to get a 4-minute shout out, aren't they?
Yeah.
So look forward, look backwards, sit back and relax because it's time for the great Joe Robinson and Regulation Corner.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Welcome to Regulation Corner. Take a seat, get comfortable, maybe pour yourself a drink. You know, I've been thinking recently about time and the pace of life and how here at Regulation Corner we like to dial things back just a little bit. We see the value in a more moderate pace, away from the constant pressure and the ongoing hurly-burly of the electrical world. Like a good single malt, we understand that some things simply improve with time, and while mulling these thoughts over, a character from the electrical world sprang into my mind, a legend, some would suggest a hero, a man who understands the importance of getting the fundamentals right. You can see him in the picture here to my right, Mr. Aaron Wallstow, Works Manager at Doncaster Cables. No one can deny the top quality of the cable that he produces, and this was evidenced when he undertook the very first attempt on our newly refurbished challenge wall. It was clear from the outset that the quality of the job was the #1 priority to this giant among men, bravely flying in the face of the whole point of the exercise. Who can deny that as he slowly, almost painfully approached the task of wiring up a socket from an RCBO, that the craftsmanship and care that he took over drawing in the cables as delicately and carefully as you may handle a newborn baby, it became clear that this was a man who carved his own path. His example and the quality that Doncaster Cables pour into their products put me in mind of an absolute stone-cold classic of a regulation. You'll find it here in Regulation 134.1.1. And see if you can connect the spirit of this regulation with the ethos that Aaron brought to the challenge wall. Good workmanship by one or more skilled or instructed persons, and proper materials shall be used in the erection of the electrical installation. The installation of electrical equipment shall take account of manufacturer's instructions. Let's keep going. Regulation 134.1.2. The characteristics of the electrical equipment as determined in accordance with section 133 shall not be impaired by the process of erection. Aaron demonstrated this in spirit with that tender care and deliberation that he lavished on the installation, as do Doncaster cables with devices like the Rumprotect cable reel. And we can dive into section 133 as suggested by the previous reg. 133.1.1 states, every item of equipment shall comply with the appropriate British or harmonised standard. In the absence of such a standard, reference shall be made to the appropriate international standard or the appropriate standard of another country. Again, the quality embodied by Aaron during his installation is mirrored by the compliance of Doncaster cables with the relevant standards of all their products, from cables to cable reels. And what about regulation? Here I go again. Analogies and metaphors spooling out of my brain like cable from a drum on a Rumprotect reel. We've seen plenty of people end up hashtag above Aaron on the leaderboard in terms of speed, but surely none in terms of quality. Have a rewatch of his attempt and see if you can spot any hidden analogies in the quality of his work. I'm going to cool my fevered brain with some more classics from the pages of BS 7671, so I won't keep you any longer. Thanks for stopping by, and the next time you're passing, drop in, say hello. You know there's always a place for you here at Regulation Corner. Good night.
Our keyword is EV charger.
There we go. Got him in again, my mate Josh. He's also asked a question, so we've checked the comments coming in. We're checking what you want us to ask tomorrow at our round table. And Josh said, how can I have this hat when I gave him mine? I did give you mine, and then obviously we've got a few more here, so I've got a new one now, but you've got the one that I originally had, my first hat, Josh, so thank you, okay, for that request question.
There you go.
There we go. That's all good. Right, so we're in the middle of doing Garage Swap Shop. If you want to play along, we just heard Josh say EV charger. You need to put that into the comments. We'll pull 2 names out at the end. And if you send me a battery through the post and your address and a nice letter saying I'm your favourite presenter, then obviously I will post out to you within 28 days the Garage Swap Shop prizes. That leads me nicely into the next bit, which is your bit, the GT.
Oh, yes,
Let's get you. I don't know whether I still can find. I'll find your logo. There she is.
There, since we've had a software update, it's still there. Okay, so it's that time where we're coming up to Electricians Challenge. Now, as part of that, you get the chance to participate because you can guess the time that it is this week. It is Matt Odell. Now, if you tuned in last time, you'll know there's a duel going on between him and his colleague, Marcus Barrett. Yeah. Now, Marcus did a pretty fast time at
He's
3.
He's fourth.
Well, that's all right, guys. He's in
Pretty
the threes.
fast.
Okay. He's fourth at 3 minutes 24. The question is, will Matt be faster or slower than Marcus? So here's your chance. If you fire in your time in minutes and seconds, you only get one chance. You can't trade up or trade down as the race progresses. We'll take your first number. Yeah, how quickly did Marcus do it in? Are we hoodwinking? Was he fast? Was he slow? And we winner tonight. What we've got here? We've got is it my old favourite?
It'll have to be because you never got anything out. I found that behind us. So let's just have a look at what all the effort you've gone to.
No, these are good.
They are good, but you didn't obviously.
You're right, Richard. You're not allowed to play because you crocked the board last time.
Last time he came in with 1 second off the phone. If Richard puts a time in the 4.5 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, whatever he puts in, ignore him because he knows the time.
So you could win. Yes, this WeHar voltage indicator stick, and it's the gear version.
And that
with
means
the bar graph. It's got the 80s graphic equalizer on it that everyone likes. And as everything does these days, everything has a torch on it.
Okay, it has a torch as well. So only if you get closest to the time for this one, yeah? Okay. Yeah. Now,
they're already rolling in.
Yeah, I'd just suggest, now this could be one of those ones where obviously we're playing around. We sent Marcus out first. I mean, Marcus thought it was going to be the fast one. It'd be interesting to see because there's not a lot between them. Or is there? Or is there? Yeah, interesting. Now, would you suggest after we've watched the regulation corner that hang on a second. Aaron should be in trouble. Okay, do we think we're going to replace Aaron with Matt Odell?
Oh, right, I think.
Hashtag above Matt Odell. Do you think it's going to be hashtag Matt? Yeah,
We'll see. Yeah, so, well, I think we're ready. There's plenty of times coming in.
Was that show? I thought it says on the board we're doing green energy next. If you read
We've done that. We did that earlier on.
Have we mentioned where we're going? I thought we were going to.
No, we didn't. No,
okay,
before we go there.
when we rehearsed this.
Yeah. So we are launching this channel.
Yeah, so we're launching
in about 4 days, 13 hours and 16 minutes.
So eFIXX Green, you can subscribe to it now.
You can just head out. There's a link in. There's a pinned comment.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go over there and subscribe now. There's a first video up there. Joe's done a fantastic job explaining how solar panels work. There is one coming on heat pumps very soon.
On the same vein, isn't it? How does a heat pump work? We've had a host solar panel, exactly the same.
Yeah.
A lot of effort gone in to produce those graphics, okay? And because it's Joe, by the end of it, you absolutely understand how a solar panel works. Now we're talking solar PV, not solar thermal, okay, which is obviously slightly different.
But next week we are at Future Build, which is taking place at Excel. So if anyone's in the area, pop down there. There's a lot of stuff for solar. There's some stuff, all the renewable stuff, and I'm sure there's some houses built out of straw and things like that all these things get interested in. But we'll be there for the whole week. We're going to pick out 10 products, hopefully on day one, and get a video out on day one. Of which a lot of them will be electrical. I've spotted one already that's great, that solves a big problem that we spotted when we were down in Wales at Park Erin.
On which channel will that be on?
That will be on the Green channel.
Okay, so if you want to see us down on day one down there will be as much content as we can produce live and going out, and then obviously some of the content that will be produced retrospectively when we get back. So again, if you can't make it down there yourself, we'd love it if you are. Come and see us, check out our stand. We've got our good friends.
EV blocks are down there.
Yeah, so
we
Trevor's
may
down
have,
there.
hopefully he's got some Tic Tacs left. I thought we could take them along and give them out to people who know, but there's only 7 packets left.
And there's still 2 more days in this week for me.
Yeah, there was 16 last week, so Mr. Rattle on the right here.
I genuinely didn't realise they came. I was like, oh, brilliant, just doing that with them. And then it was like, we're meant to be giving them away. Are we? Just can't stop when you start. Okay, so the time's coming in.
Time's coming in.
So we'll see now, won't we, if this heated rivalry is a just one, and whether Matt can keep up with Marcus. That's what we're going to, and also it started to rain.
It's time for another Electricians Challenge. Now, if you tuned in 2 weeks ago, you would have found out we're in the middle of a duel where Marcus took on Matt here in the Electricians Challenge. And you two pretty confident, yeah? Work together. Yeah, good working relationship. That could be about to be ruined tonight as we find out who's the fastest between them. Now, you also did a little bit of pre-match training, didn't you, as well? You opted for a health stick. A health stick.
And a coffee.
Yeah.
With 3 sugars in.
And Matt did a few warm-up stretches and exercises.
Yeah, water.
Yeah.
It's normally the other way around. I do the exercise normally. So.
Giving him a chance.
Yeah.
Is that what we've done?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
That's what we've done here.
I know he was nervous. So.
Yeah. So Matt, how did you feel about the challenge before going into it?
Yeah, the first challenge went well, and to be fair, I was I thought I did okay. The second and third one sort of screwed up a little bit, but
that often happens. But we'll see. Let's have a look at how Matt got on with the Electricians Challenge.
So we had Marcus in 2 weeks ago, and I suggested that he was quite laid back. The opposite with Matt, ultra competitive. Matt is.
I wouldn't have said so. Here you go. This looks like a glacial start.
Well, we called him Matt the Machine Odell at college when I worked with him, because he'd walk into the workshop with tools draped all around his body and use both hands in order to complete the task in hand.
That was an interesting one. You just didn't realise there, folks. He's just taped the cables up before even taking the socket.
All right, okay, just mixing it up for the commentary team, I would suggest.
So he's in there, but it came up laser focus, just getting on with it.
That's it. That's Matt's motto. That is, just get on with it and get it done. But looking at those hands, I'd suggest he has had a lot of time in teaching. 6 years, he suggested.
Right, but he hasn't lost his technique. That was up the tube first time there.
Okay.
So this is actually, although it looks slow, it's actually seems quite fast. He's getting through this.
Have you changed one of your sayings now? So, yeah.
Well, we'll have to see. What those tools there, the pliers, they look like they're from a car boot sale.
Well, Matt lives in a village, and to say he likes a bargain would be an understatement. You'd be the sort of person, you'd look out your window and you'd be rifling through your skip.
I don't know, with that beard, Gary possibly looks like he lives in a skip.
Oh, you're brave. Look at the size of him next to you.
Yeah, he's the exact opposite of Marcus when he did it.
Yeah, so no no Ramo step even in question here, but look how quick we are. Those two are in. He's flicking around. He's a CPC and he's back to that socket outlet. He's a good-looking lad as well, isn't he? Look at him. And for those who want to get in contact with Matt from Bardell Electrical, it's just a simple case of popping onto Tinder and finding Matt's profile.
Well, I'm sure offers will be flooding in even as we speak. So again, he's back in with those pliers. So we've got a different. Oh, hold on, what we're doing here?
Yeah, we're stretching it out a bit.
Stretching out. We haven't. Have we? I don't think we've seen this before. Actually, for someone doing it, it could be. Will it be fast or will we just end up messing around doing it? So let's pinch them down.
He's back in again. Now, if I was doing it, and I'm probably never going to do it, and I certainly can't do it after these two have done it, because obviously then I'd be the slowest person to come out of Tresham College, I would have used that technique as well. Just drag it down so you haven't got to do that separate fly lead. Why does he trim the cables? He's just wasting time.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not a teaching assessment, this one. He's picking up the pace here.
He's drifting around a bit. So I'd like to also say at this stage, this was his first run. So his best run for the first person ever to do this, to have the best run first time round. He actually got progressively slower.
Well, let's say it ran out. Came at it too fast. And you're saying it's fast. Is it fast?
Well, no, I'm just saying it's his fastest run, Gordon. I'm not suggesting it is fast. Those hands look like they've had a little bit of oil Ulay on them recently. They are very soft. Now, I suppose that's part of his Tinder profile, going to have the softest hands in the world.
Yeah, that's it. So he's gone in there. Oh, that's interesting, balancing it on the back box there to get it, as opposed to Marcus's efforts.
2 screws to get the front on. Now, Marcus had to sort of half jump to get to that stop button, didn't he? I'd imagine Matt could stay in that position, just raise his right hand up, couldn't he?
Let's see if on the finish. Will we have a confident finish?
Okay, 1 screw away. And we'll find out how Mr. O'Dell got on.
Revisit the other one. I would have just gone for it there. He's finished. Well, I must say, Matt, that did look fast. Yeah. Do you think you were faster than Marcus? Because he was pretty fast. He's in at number 3.
Yeah, obviously it's number 1. It's the first position at 1.
What's your motto again?
Winning's not everything.
It's what?
It's the only thing. Yeah, so obviously Ross, that's got to be where I want to be.
That's where you want to be? Yeah. So you definitely think you're above Aaron?
Yeah, definitely.
What happens though if you didn't win? If you're not number 1, is that going to mean a change of career? You've done teaching.
Well, we still got the best beard, best looking, taller, slimmer, so it is winning anyway.
Still winning some stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't matter what. Well, let's have a look. Oh, Matt O'Dell. That's it. You did this in 3 minutes and 9 seconds.
Oh, well done, mate. Well done.
Number 2 on the leaderboard, just above.
Right, okay.
Nearly.
Marcus, unfortunately, you're going to have to shuffle down. You're now 4th.
I wanted that bronze medal. Can we have another go?
Yeah, we'll have to come back again.
Everyone always wants to come back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But he broke my golden rule, and yeah, we might have said it in there. Your first goes never your fastest. Matt comes in, does that time first. I thought he's going to go top. He's going to go top. He got progressively slower.
He did.
And if you watched him, he was trimming cables. He's like stripped it a little bit shorter on that one. That was his quickest time. Incredible. But he was like that, and I said, when he walked into workshop, we were building new furniture, new racking, a new rig. He'd just come in, and he just
like a machine, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, Matt the machine. But it was like watching The Matrix. He just sort of moved around, jumping left and right, and he just built stuff, and he's just brilliant. One of the nicest people you can ever meet, Matt. Never heard him swear, never heard him raise his voice, never heard him get angry.
Yeah.
What a lovely gentleman. And you said he lived in a skip, I think, in the commentary.
Did I?
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, imagine he finds his angry side one day, yeah? You said I lived in a skip. Brilliant. That's not the last of our double headers, because we've just shot one, haven't we?
We have, yeah.
Yes.
It's
that's possibly, that's a properly exciting double header, isn't it?
It is.
Because it's not friend against friend, it's learner against learner, it's male against female, isn't it? So we'll put them to the test. So we've got a double head-to-head, and that comes out in about 5 weeks' time, because next time up we've got our gentleman from TIS, haven't we? We've got Mark coming in.
Yes, we have. Gentleman.
Yeah. The gentleman, Mark.
Yes, the gentleman. So
Yeah,
we've
brilliant.
got Mark. If you'd like to do the Electricians Challenge, then just have a look in the link below. There is Get Involved. There's a form on there you can fill in. We know we've got a lot of people queued up to do it coming up
Yeah.
over a few months. There's almost like I think there's a van load collecting people from Manchester, from down south, wanting to come up and have a go at it. So we're really looking forward to that.
That's JB Electrical and all his mates. I think
Yeah.
they've got an old Bedford van
Yeah.
and they've just put a couple of planks of wood, scaffolding planks. They're all going to be in there and they're going to be having chips and onion rings on the way home. It's like brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a gang of them coming up, so that should be good fun. That's last day in March they're coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
But,
that
yeah,
should
have a
be
look
good.
at the Get Involved link. So we're always after questions. We're after, if you've got an interesting install coming up. On a personal note, we're looking for anyone who's got any garden lighting projects coming up, because we've got some new products to test out there.
Is that the one where I've got to do my bit?
You've got to do your bit, but you don't have to do any gardening. I don't know if
Okay.
you'd like to you need some plants first before you can light them.
Yeah. Historically, whenever I've had a garden, I've turned. So the first house I ever bought had what was described as a world-class garden. My mum and dad come in; they couldn't believe it.
Is this when you bought the house?
When I bought the house.
Yeah.
When I left, it had turf and a patio. I managed to unassemble everything they'd put in there. Every single plant came out and all the rest of it. And this one, I had it from new, it's just got a patch of grass and a bit of patio, exactly where I was before.
Yeah, it's open plan now, isn't it?
yeah. I'm thinking about putting my house on the market because the garden's now huge.
Yeah.
It's almost doubled overnight. It did. The space I had out the back. Yeah, I was a victim of the mild breeze that we had and the fence gone. But for those who have followed the channel for a long time, I'll just be rest assured it isn't the neighbour that I don't quite see eye to eye with, because I replaced the entire fence I think 12 or 18 months ago for a nice brand new one. I've got 15 years in that, and I'm betting the fence lasts longer than him. That's what I'm going for.
There we go.
Yes.
Gary's off to the Donbass region in the Ukraine soon to help them with a fence, but there we go.
Yeah, holiday in Kiev this year for me.
Yeah, so if anyone,
Tickets.
just reach out if you've got any good garden lighting projects coming up and you'd want a feature on the channel. You do have to be on your best behaviour, because but it should be a good install, that one. Well, I hope it's a good install. Otherwise, we'll have to severely edit the video.
Okay, yeah, it's good. All right. So we've drifted into the section.
Well,
now,
we need a winner first
Yeah,
for that.
just say prizes. I was just gonna say,
Well, I'm just going to.
just cut me off then. Carry on. Go on. I'll just sit back and relax. You carry on with the show. Oh, we're not organised.
Oh, there we go. He's a regular winner. He's certainly won on the channel before. So the person who got it with, what was the time? 3 minutes 12.
Ooh, just 3 seconds off Matt's time.
Was Paul Tipton.
Paul Tipton. He's won a few, hasn't he?
He has.
Serial winner.
Serial
You
winner.
have to send him out. He's actually won something. You have to go and do something. And it worries me because when I look at the table, I think we've tried to give that away before. I think we've tried to give away the Wago connectors before and the little stripping tool. Have you been letting people down with your postage?
No. We're ahead on the post at the minute.
right,
We're
okay.
Bang on it. So there we go. So well done, Paul.
So
on that
how does Paul tell us where he lives?
one. He just has to go to the link below and just put his address in. But we'll actually probably have it on file for Paul,
Okay.
because I think he has won it quite a few times.
Can we ping him that link, Joe? Can we ping him the link? Yeah, that'll be a quicker way of doing it.
Yeah.
So that prize has won. My prizes are not quite so simple, are they? Because last time out, nobody sent me anything, so nobody got an Alexa. Play songs by Adele. Okay. So, have you got my prize winners? You are prize winner, man. You're just laughing and looking at the computer. in
Checking
other
the
words.
comments.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, we
Checking
can
the
do them when
comments.
we go into the plug and socket,
It's
young
the
man.
first time he's won the GT challenge, Paul. You're right, but I think he's probably won a CPD once. He's done probably Gaza Swap Shop. So
Yeah.
But anyway, good. That's what it's there for.
Yes.
So on the
Got to be in it to win it.
yeah.
Go on in. So
Oh,
this
Gary's
is the
thought,
game.
what's up with your hair?
Well, I know, it's this hat. I know. It's just, let's have a look on the telly.
Jeez.
I tell you what, I just looked there quickly. Have I got a grey hair coming just there? Just one?
Yeah,
I think I saw
coming
it.
in,
Just
so.
a glimpse of a grey hair. Don't want to get like yours thatched, do we? Look at that.
Well, you want to use this hairdryer
Yeah, yeah.
from Milwaukee.
That's all it is useful for as well. If we ever do a review on that, this could be the new coffee machine, couldn't it?
Angel's breath.
The very thinnest of thinnest of
I used it
heat
on
shrink
some
in
of
order
these.
to gently wobble its way around it. Yeah, it's not great.
No, it was,
So what you see is you see this one come out and we do a bit of a video and then we pop and get your really old one out, don't we? Just bring it back in for the last waft over.
yeah, it doesn't melt the glue on the
No,
double.
it doesn't. Right, okay, we're
Anyway,
drifting. So Gary Swap.
Gary Swap Shop.
Okay,
So the
prize
first-
winners.
The first winner is Ren Skylark.
Okay, so they're still on.
So there we go. And the second winner is Daddy B, who has certainly won something before.
yeah,
I do recognise that as certainly
but again,
regular
it's
commenter.
randomly chosen. It's not chosen by us.
No, it's
so
not
we
chosen
always
by us.
leave it to somebody else to choose it. So it means if you've won before, you're still in with a chance. But you haven't won anything because you haven't posted me out a battery. Make it as small as possible. Make sure it doesn't leak. Make sure you tell the post because that will link in with our EV theme. And if you've done that, you get my little EV blocks giveaway bag is what you get, and a battery powered torch, not a battery powered car. Yeah. Now, when we get to the plug and socket, and we're going to say goodnight to our viewers that want the show element of it, we're going to drift into the plug and socket, and I might bring up EV cars again because there's a couple of good stories I think we can probably go through, isn't there, Gordon? So yeah, if you want to stay on for that, would be great. But in order to do the show end, I need to thank the people that make this absolutely possible to come to you live every 2 weeks. And the people we're going to thank are the following. Yeah. We're going to thank our good friends at BG Lasico. We're going to thank the people that are in here. There they are. We've got John and we've got the younger Klitschko brother, okay? We're going to thank the great people at eFIXX for their tools and used on the race hall, and you will see them continue to be raced. And when the pair go as well, you see them pinging off on them 5-in-1 pliers.
I narrowly avoided a flying screwdriver.
We'd like to thank our friends also that provide us with the cable, which is Doncaster cables. And I can't remember who else there is, Gordon.
eFIXX, no, you've done eFIXX, and it's Wago.
It is
well.
Wago.
There you go. I am looking over your shoulder.
Yeah, I know, you're looking at it every time I do it. Yeah, okay. So thanks to those people that we can bring this show to you. Hopefully we can give away some great prizes and we can have some fun and games. As far as we're concerned, if you come for the main show, that's it. And then John's like this on the side, Ian's with him. They're like greyhounds in the trap. They're thinking they can go now. And they can go, and thank you for joining us. If you want to stay on for the plug and socket, Gordon's got some revelations about the Tesla car and how it works and illuminates at times when actually you're not in it and it's not energised. So we're going to go into that. So that means it's time for the plug and socket. So I can sit back and relax and I don't have to talk so much. Gordon.
Hold on, just what someone said actually, it's platinum hair, not grey, as I've told you all along. You don't have.
Well, you've got grey hair.
No, it's just platinum. It's platinum.
It's grey.
Yeah, you don't have grey. Platinum.
Yeah. When I'm your age, hopefully my hair will be that grey.
Yeah. Oh, but
you've got 10 years on me.
Yeah, I've got 10 years on you.
How
10 years younger than you, so. Yeah.
There's nobody on the planet that would think that, would there?
Of course they do.
Yeah, I bet if my mate Josh would say I'm 10 years younger than you. Yeah, he would. Good old Josh, just bring him back in. He was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. He made my day. He came in and he has got the cheekiest little face ever. And he is a little rascal, and I loved him to bits. That's all good. Yeah. Right, okay, so I promised a story about, we're going to continue the EV theme on. Yeah. I've noticed you've had some modifications done to your car in this heavy rain, haven't you?
Well, starts before that, actually.
Oh, does it? Okay, yeah. Let's nestle in and listen.
Obviously, if you've got an EV car, range anxiety is a problem, and people will know from our last one where when the doors froze on the car and I couldn't get into it. That was a major problem. I did suffer from range anxiety. Got to the unit with less than 0 miles, so I had to pull off into Skipton near the fish and chip shop to recharge. But I was on holiday last week.
Well, yeah.
People said it was nice weather. Okay, nice weather in Italy. And
I went to York. It persisted down.
Yeah, so it was. While I was there, so the good thing about electric cars, you can sort of log in on your app and see how much range you've got. Yeah, so you can start panicking early. Yeah, and I was down to 64 miles. Well, I swear it was fully charged when I left. It's 72 miles a match. Something's going on here. This doesn't add up. I've only got 64 miles. Cold weather hammers range on EV cars.
They never talk about that, do they?
They don't talk about that.
Gets a little cold. Does the electricity drop out the back of your... See, when it gets cold, my diesel vehicle, it tends to hold all the fluid in the tank.
No, well, an electric car loses about 2 miles a day when it's just sitting there.
Okay, how long was your holiday?
I was away for a week, so I thought that's 14 miles it'll lose. That's good maths there. Yeah. But it was lose more than that. So I got back, 64 miles. I need 72 to get home.
Oh!
Yeah, so obviously what can you do? Switch the air conditioning off. So obviously family's joyed. You've been somewhere slightly warmer than it is here. Get back into a freezing cold car and then have to drive home with no heating. Yeah, but I thought, no, we're going to have to pull off and charge. Car saying you're going to have to charge. Yeah.
I normally fill into a filling station.
Every 2 or 3 miles. I pulled into a supercharger.
Oh, right, okay.
Pulled into a supercharger, and I thought, right, I'll put it up to 100 miles, and that'll do us. I'll get back, quick 15 minutes. Yep.
Why didn't you do 20? Or 25? Why 15?
Minutes? Yeah, because I got up to 100 miles of range. I needed 72 to get back. Got there.
So you're up to 100 now, yeah? So you're going to get home?
Yeah, but I'm driving along, and then the car starts saying, you're going to have to drive at 50 miles an hour, otherwise you're not going to make it home. Yeah? Oh, my God, you know, something. It's cold weather hammers it, yeah. And then started getting closer, and then the floods started.
Oh.
Yeah. And then there's this sort of bump under the car. I thought, what the hell was that? Yeah.
I can hold it together. I feel so sorry for you.
I'm getting near home, and it's down. There's a hedge of bet. The car's saying 5 miles, and I need 6. And then there's like this hedge, and then it starts swapping over. You need 4. You've got 5.
Okay.
Yeah. Near my house, there's a bit of road that floods. I thought, if that road's flooded, I'm going to have to take the long route round, and I'm going to run out.
Is that last bit before you turn off and go into the bit where you just drive through a field of sheep?
Yeah.
That bit floods, does it?
That bit floods.
Hope it flooded. Did it flood?
No, it didn't. But if it had done, I would have had to walk an extra 3 miles.
Walk an extra
rain.
3 miles?
Yeah, because we ran out of mileage.
So what would you got home? Got a jerry can full of electricity, would you?
Yeah.
Nip back and just poured it into the car. How does that work then? You got
No,
sort of battery
disaster.
pack.
Anyway, disaster. So I got back, I looked at the back of the car. I've lost the wheel trim over not the wheel trim, the arch over the top of the wheel.
I did notice that. Yes,
Yeah.
it's completely come off and it looks awful, doesn't it, on that side of the car?
It's got one of the sensors in.
It has got one of the sensors in.
Yeah.
Has that sensor caused any other issues on your car?
So one of the front headlights has now gone out.
Right, yeah, we checked it earlier on and you changed some fuses, didn't you? You were out
I
there,
thought
weren't
it'd
you?
just be a blown fuse.
Yeah, and it still doesn't work, does it?
No.
But what does work is your number plate light at the back.
Yes.
But why do you leave it on all the time?
Because I can't switch it off.
Right. Won't that use the electricity that runs the engine?
Well, I think I've discovered the problem while the car's been losing miles when I'm away.
Right. Yeah. So, how many other people have got it? Because I'm not. Hey, classic, isn't it? Get yourself a Tesla. Yeah. Yeah. Elon Musk. Yeah. Join. Hopefully he's on the live stream. He'll be bombing in there.
Oh,
with what we
he's
should be
gonna-
doing. So
he's
you've
gonna-
got no wheel arch trim, so it looks awful. You've got no front headlight.
Yeah.
And
I've got one front headlight. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got no front headlight on that side, and your number plate light's on all the time.
24/7. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's good. The longer we stay here, the less chance you are of getting home. And in 2 weeks' time, we get another great story. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. So is it the way forward?
I think electric cars are.
Okay.
Yeah. Would I have another Tesla? No.
Ooh, weren't expecting that.
No.
Would you have another battery car?
Yeah.
Are you going to get another battery car?
Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll have to wait later in the year.
He doesn't want to go there. Trust me, he doesn't want to go there. I could go there, okay, but we won't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah. So it's yeah. It's been great for 3 years. But this last year, it's just like...
It's a lot like those iPhones. They used to put a bug in them, didn't they? Or the battery only lasted like 2 years and 2 months. So the minute your contract ran out, your battery did nothing.
Yeah.
You reckon he's put a software update on yours, didn't he?
Yeah, once
Detached
you get over
wing.
50,000 mile
Yeah.
Jettiston wing,
Yeah.
switch on number plate light continuously, freeze your front shut. Yeah,
Oh dear, absolute classic.
yeah, there's
So,
something going on there.
Yeah, these early adopters deserve a good kicking now and again, though.
But it's like all cars, not all cars do it. It's like there's a
All
point
cars.
when you get rid of a car, because if you keep it past that point, it just goes berserk.
Yeah, that's
on-
what
on
I normally
maintenance.
go beyond
Yeah.
that point. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you keep pouring money at it.
Yeah. Land Rovers, it's like 5 miles. Yeah. You know, and we can go there. I've got a story.
You had
there.
one of them, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Got it, and then it went back for 2 months. Yeah, and then so Land Rover's 5 miles. Audi's about 80,000 miles.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, Ford 60,000.
Okay.
Yeah, my Mini Metro, I had 100,000 on it. Never went wrong.
Didn't it?
No.
I thought that the only thing they didn't like was the gritting lorries, though, wasn't it? They just
Oh, that rust.
Yeah. I mean, just like if a gritting lorry went down the side of it, it just took every panel out. Then it's like, oh,
Yeah.
it's dissolved. The car is no longer here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I had a Metro.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was actually, considering, always had to change to do this.
But
It
it had
just kept
nothing on
going.
it.
No.
Yeah, 'cause it didn't have a radio. It only had one wing mirror because the other one was an optional extra. It had
Parcel
no
shelf?
headrest. No, I didn't have parcel
Didn't
shelf.
have a parcel shelf.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, it was a proper lightweight version.
Yeah.
Perhaps you skimmed it down for rallying, did you? So you got it properly lightweight so you could rally that thing around. Right,
Yeah.
that's all good. Right, anyone want to ask us anything in the comments that we can't answer?
No, but someone says I should stab your fuel tank with a screwdriver with a speedy on the way out to drain it off. Yeah, so.
Who said that? Them
Yeah.
speedies.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
They're still trying to win me over. No, I love anything from Weeha in a pouch. I love my 5-in-1 pliers from eFIXX. I still think they're amazing. And I watched yesterday them being used brilliantly. I mean, they were flying off like you wouldn't believe. They were great. Anything in there for us? Anything for early question there for Ian?
Oh, we'll have to save them for tomorrow. So. Let's have a
Has
look.
Josh gone bed yet? Right, it might still be up.
Sure,
Stay on for the
empties
end,
off.
Josh.
No, it's not.
Don't make you go bed. The best bit's right at the end. When we say goodbye, that's the best bit. Stay on for it.
No, it's plenty more. Bike, exercise bike. Someone's got a new Jag. It's done 260k.
Right, okay, good.
The Jag. Oh, it's the Jag. Yeah.
So I've been listening to EV Daily News podcast.
I've got to catch up, actually.
Oh, yeah,
You've been watching?
I've been listening. Yeah. Martin Lee.
Martin Lee.
Yeah.
Love Martin.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, if you're into your EVs, that podcast is pretty special. I know I don't listen to many podcasts at all, but I certainly catch his every week, so that's really good. Any great podcasts, leave them in there for me. Got to be clean, don't want a load of swearing, don't want to be sitting in the car hearing a load of swearing.
So I think our coach trip, they're saying on the 30th of March, they want to cuddle you, Gary, on the 30th of March. What are we doing 30th of March?
That's when we're doing the guys beat JB.
Is that there?
Yeah,
That's
they're on the board.
So
I might have wiped it off tonight. No, bottom right hand corner. JB.
Ah, right,
Yeah,
that's what
it's
that
there.
was, yeah.
Yes, it's got a circle around it. You're coming, yes, definitely. Yeah, we're looking
Right.
forward to that.
Have to see else
So
we're
what
doing
we've been
that
up to? Are we allowed to say anything that we've been up to recently? What
We've
have we
been
got
in the
coming up?
sports hall this week.
We have. We've been in a sports hall measuring out 50 metres, and the team saw how athletic I was, didn't I? Let go and ran the 50 metres, didn't I? You were all pretty impressed. Yeah. I've recently stopped drinking, which obviously helped. So I'm 6.5 weeks into now not drinking alcoholic beverages. Anyone else out there? I didn't start in January or do any of that rubbish. I was halfway through before I decided to have a break. So that's the first time since I was age 14. My kids nearly fell over when I said that.
I've got a picture
14,
of you
I'm
doing this. I
14.
don't think you can bring the
my
hand
daughter
cam
went,
in,
"What do you mean
because I got a picture of you in the gym. You weren't running here.
Right, okay. What was it? Oh.
You're lying
Yeah,
down.
okay. Bring the hand cam in. Let's have a look.
No, this is your week.
Yeah.
Lying down in the gym.
Yeah. This is what we get up to in our spare time.
Yeah. So it's good. Yeah. So it's first time we've looked at mains powered LED strips. So you don't need an LED driver.
No.
Yeah.
No. 230 volts.
230 volts straight into it.
So why are we bothering having low voltage LED strip if we know 240 volts?
Yeah,
That'll be a question I'll be asking you, Gordon. I expect you'll be able to answer it when I hit you record on the button.
Well, we just switched it on for the first time yesterday. But 50 metres continuous roll of LED strip. I was pretty impressed with that. So that's how they go to the local sports hall just to get an impression of how long that actually is.
Yeah, it was good though, wasn't it?
And then we're going to pimp up the outside of the building with it.
Are we allowed to say that, Gordon? Have I got to edit that out at the end of the video?
I don't know.
Is that allowed?
Yeah.
It's probably not a very politically correct word, is it? I know we're in the plug and socket, but
No, there was a programme on that.
what? What not to say on telly?
No, you can say.
So we've added some lights to the exterior of a building that gives it kind of a swish look, is what Gordon would say, if you want to just unpick that. We've also been playing around with a bit of conlock again, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
I've had some great fun with conlock. And
Carries a convert.
yeah, I think it's all right, actually.
Yeah.
I'm going to struggle not to suggest that's the way forward. We looked at some other stuff from Robust as well. We've been playing golf, haven't we? So that's all been good. That's all coming out in the future. Come on, somebody must have a question for us.
Emergency
Have we
lights.
got anyone left?
Emergency lights fitted under the stairs when a consumer unit.
Yeah, good idea.
Good
100%.
idea. Yeah,
Totally
we love
agree
that
with that.
one.
I used to do that. Yes.
Yeah.
But in any location, even if it's in, say, I don't know, front door, consumer units up there, just have a little one above it. Just a little one, lose the power. Yeah, everyone can see what they're doing. Very good idea. Again, I don't know why it's not in. Anything else?
Have you ever come across three-step dimming lamps, the solution for LED dimming? So we have seen a three-step dimming, not in lamps. No, did we? Oh no, there was that one that we did the video on that we had to take down. That had some. Did that have some switch? No, it was just switchable colour timers, wasn't it? So, yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. We don't mention that.
I was in that video on my own. Yeah, Gary. Yeah, they can't do that. Put a video out. We'll properly go for them.
Yeah.
Did you have to send them a letter of apology?
we did, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
you did. Yeah. Did we get a slap on the wrist?
Yeah.
Yes, we did. Yeah. Yeah. Did I get death threats? Yes, I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be fine, Gaz. I've got them from. What we can't show is where we bought them from, but just imagine this really big place where you buy lots of toilet rolls. I've got them from there. Oh, okay. Sat in my
Well-known warehouse club, you mean?
Gee whiz.
With American owners.
Yeah. It flew, that video as well at the start. It was one of our most popular videos that we had to take down and apologise about.
Yeah.
But
Through
with that in
gritted
mind, though, I think that's going to get fully circled at some point, isn't it? Downlights
Yes.
and ceilings. So look out for that as well. So we'll be on that as soon as we're allowed to be on that. But there'll be some developing issues about fire-rated ceilings, which we've also covered on the channel and our CPD sections. Got a new CPD coming out next week, haven't we?
Yeah.
Next Wednesday there'll be a new CPD out. Is that our three-phase
Three-phase safe
isolation. So we've done a single phase one to a 3-phase one coming out.
Yeah, a little pencil case, haven't you?
Yeah, so let's bring that in. So I'm getting on tour. I've got some lovely support of some great companies to send me out to see colleges. It was one of the things that we discussed when we first did the eFIXX things, that we want to touch every part of the industry. And in order to do that, we haven't really got into colleges, not because we didn't want to get into them, because there was this little bit of a pandemic going around that meant that we couldn't get in. Now we can get into them. We've got 12 booked. And I think we've got 3,000 of these to give away. So let's have a look at what we're going to give away for 3,000. Would you mind opening it for me?
Pencil case?
Yeah, pencil case. So every student needs a pencil case. So inside our pencil case is not pencils.
Nice, lock off lid.
And that leads you to the CPD, doesn't
Takes
it?
you CPD if you can never remember it.
Okay, yeah. So there's your tag. As he moves it quickly out of camera like he's never been on it
bringing it
before.
back
Yeah,
in.
look at this. Now what I like about that, now we used to have the ones with little grub screws. Okay, and the problem was you keep on winding. Once you dropped them off on the floor, they were gone. Wow, bit of branding. Look at that.
It's a little eFIXX lockout kit, and it's flat fronted on that, so it doesn't wreck the brake. Some of them get those ones with a point in. The point digs into the plastic actuator on the brake.
It does, and when you're doing it once, that's not a massive issue. But obviously, in a college setting, you're likely to be using it many times. So there you go. You get the padlock, you get the key, and you also get the locking off sign. And that was inspired, wasn't it, by Andy from Safe for September?
Yeah.
Okay, we'd like to make sure that we get out, and I think Mark Allison's doing something very similar as well. So there's lots of us out there trying to do the same thing. That's not the only thing we'll be obviously doing, but at each of the colleges we go to, we've got display boards to put in. So again, from my experience, visual, modern stuff was things that lacked in lots of colleges. You'd have a lot of old stuff on the walls, but obviously as it's changing, how many colleges got an EV charger on the wall?
Old stuff in the workshop.
Yeah, all gas. Yeah, waggling around. So of course we're going to bring out that. We've got support from a lot of great people. We don't want to say that a lot of great people might be in the room with us, do we? And they go there. So yeah. So we're out and about. We start that on, I'm going to Waltham Forest. Have I got that right?
That's it.
Waltham
North London,
Forest
near
College
Tottenham.
in North London, yeah, near Tottenham. Spending 2 days with them. And then we're going to drift down to Ludon Palazzoli, and they're in Braintree, aren't we?
Yes.
Because they're going to provide me with the world's greatest lunch, I heard of, as I bought them this evening a nice Indian cuisine meal at Masteps. So they're going to return the favour for me, which will be really nice. And what we're going to be doing when we're there, we're going to be playing around with what are they called? What are them things that trip off when there's a spark?
Oh, AFDDs?
Yeah, spark detectors, aren't they, or something?
Yeah, spark creation device.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to be playing around with
so
them.
some people are asking, yeah, when's the rest of the three-phase EV series coming out? It is, we put the review out last night of the Charger, coming out on later this week.
Saturday we've got the Safe Dig.
Safe Dig, which is an absolute treat. So I got a lot of lengths to explain the Safe Dig procedure when you're working in the area of live cables. And obviously I went to a lot of trouble to do that. And meanwhile, the builder in the background hits the water pipe. So that was an absolute treat for us.
It was. And I'm not in the video at all, which is great. And I love videos like that because there's less pressure on me. I think it's, along with the video, we did a short video on hoovering up ferrules. I don't know why we didn't use a magnet. Why didn't we use a magnet on those ferrules that fell on the floor?
Because they're made of copper.
Because they're made of copper. Yeah, the amount of people that say, why didn't you use a magnet? Because it doesn't work.
Have you just opened another packet
No.
of Tic Tacs? Well, I've just done that there.
What? So, where were I? What we were halfway through down.
Sorry, I don't speak mouthful of
I
Tic
don't
Tacs.
speak Tic Tac. You've got to get in quicker than that. I'm setting them up for you. You never fire them home.
So that comes out Safe Dig. Then we've got one on the EV tower. We've got the testing procedure with that kit from TIS.
Yes, we have. Yeah. They're all made. We're
Yes.
just not dropped them into the playlist yet. One or two. But the Safe Dig video, I'm not in it. This is where I was going. It's single-handedly probably one of the top 10 videos we've ever made, just because, not because it's visually brilliant, not because the presenter's any good, because he isn't, any of those reasons, but actually, if you watch it, it's so clear and precise what you have to do in order to work out what's under the floor in the unit, between two units, and they were there, weren't they? It was an incredible asset to have, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, again, it might be the video, nobody might watch it, but all the people that do watch it will go, oh, I didn't know you could do that. So, yeah, it is good. Really interesting video. Yeah, well done. That comes out Saturday, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I will not be pushing it anywhere on social media, so if you want to push it, you'll have to do it yourself.
Oh,
I want to get no views on it.
That's what you get, all this effort.
Not competitive at all.
Yeah, so there we go.
So that's good. Any questions coming through that we can to bag?
No, I think we're all right, so that's people off. So
Have we got anyone left?
no, Bum, bum. Yeah, there's over 100 people left going.
I'm sorry, I'll sit up and pay attention. Thought we were down to 5. Okay, thank you for staying on.
It's a great one. All right, this one, Gaz has lost 2 stone, given up the booze, but he's put 2 on. Put 2 on eating Tic Tacs.
No, I've lost all my teeth, all the sugar in them and all the rest of it. So it was needed. I needed a break. I said earlier, didn't I? I said the kids were there and they was like, oh, right, okay. And I said, no, I'm just going to stop for a while. I said, I've been drinking since I was 14. They're 14 and 16. Sorry? My daughter was like, well, so when can I start? It was like one of them, no, that wasn't a good idea. But yeah, that's a long time. And that was, almost 20 years of drinking.
Yeah. So that was it. Oh, we've got someone in from Poland. So Jana's USZ. There we go.
Okay, that's nice.
That's good. Well, I hope people over there.
Hope everyone's safe over there.
Yeah, that's people asking us about electros. I'll have to check the diary on electros. I don't know when they are. They keep moving around.
That flu keeps coming back, doesn't it? There's one in Bolton coming up, I saw. But
yeah, that's where we were in London.
Yeah, so we're probably going to nip across to Harrogate one because that's not far. That sounds like somewhere we've driven past.
Yeah, it is.
Is it close?
Yes. Yeah.
That's not where your sister-in-law lives, is it?
Yeah, it's where Ross works. Yeah, Ross, that electrician who's top of the leaderboard.
He is. Yeah. But is he?
Well, there we go.
You are a bucket for doing that, aren't you? He's not top anymore.
Yeah, so we'll see. Election will be all over the place.
Yeah, we'll try to. But we went to 2 last year, didn't we?
Yeah.
We're at Future Build.
Yeah.
I know people can't get a Future Build, but there'll be people at Future Build that we see. We'll be wearing this lovely green top that Gordon's modelling. Why couldn't we have a white one with a green badge? I don't know.
Oh, there's Greenhawk Construction sneaks in at the end. Huh?
It's too late.
Yeah.
Too late.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's gone back and he's going to scrub back and watch through, yeah?
Yeah.
Quickly put in their EV charger in that you might win. Mike, he does some good stuff. I like him. He's got such a nice style about him and he's completely different to me, even though he's in a similar genre to everyone. But how he comes across, really like him. Really like him at all.
So there we go. I think we're done. I think Richard wants to look. He's looking at his watch there. Josh has got to go out to bed.
What's up?
Yeah, someone's telling us. Yeah, even tell he's going to shut down, Gary. So.
Okay. For those who've stayed on, there's a plug and socket. Thank you very much. We're going to continue to do this every 2 weeks, but eventually, hopefully, we'll be able to drop ourselves back onto the balcony. We'll be able to sit back and relax with a fizzy beverage. Hopefully, by then, maybe I've sorted myself out. If I haven't, I'll be having another lemonade. Even the bloke in the Indian cuisine this evening brought me across a Cobra, didn't he?
Yeah.
To send it back. I want to be drinking that. So, yeah, thank you for joining us. And I think we managed to get 100 people down to the end. And this is the bit where we just relax. Obviously, the show's finished and we've thanked everybody. But as always, you'll always catch one of your students at the end of the lesson already on his phone, coat on, ready to go out the door before
says, why didn't you answer the phone?
When did he ring me?
A couple of weeks ago.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, right. No. In my defence.
He's blocked you.
No. I think he rang me on... What's that other thing that Meta owns? Not Twitter, Instagram. No, what's the thing where you message people
WhatsApp.
on? WhatsApp, I knew that.
Yeah.
I'll edit that in. Mm-hmm. He rang me on WhatsApp, so that's seamless. When we do the edit, people won't have spotted that. So he rang me on WhatsApp, so I thought he'd done it accidentally. And he never rang back, so I thought, today I had a phone call on Instagram.
Right.
Trevor rang me.
Yeah.
On Instagram, I think.
Right.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I got on. Hello. He comes on the bottom. I never meant to ring you. So that's not a great start to a conversation, is it? Oh, cheers, Trev. I was like, and I went, I panned down. I was on his EV block doing a video. So just doing a video about EV blocks here, Trev. Oh, yeah. And then he was talking about Future Build and all the rest of it. Yeah, started off with, I didn't mean to ring you, Gaz. Yeah, thank you very much. I didn't mean to answer it, Trev. How's that sound? So, I apologise. Just you can't ring me now. Give me a ring in 15 minutes when I turn my phone back on.
Yeah. He's blocked you, Greg.
I haven't. No. And it was purely because he rang me on Instagram. No, what's it called? WhatsApp. He rang me on WhatsApp. So I thought it was an accident. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for those people who joined us. We're back in 2 weeks. And in 2 weeks' time, we've got, let's see where they are on the leaderboard. I looked up a lot there, didn't I? We've got Mark from TIS. No, you do the down one, I'll do the up one. We've got Mark from TIS coming in to do our race hall. Yeah. So that should be really interesting and see how he gets on. And obviously tomorrow I'm sure we're going to hoodwink one of the contestants for the round table into doing it as well, aren't we? Yeah, they won't do it. So thank you very much. Cheers for joining us. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Don't know what the theme is in 2 weeks' time yet, do we? We haven't set it in stone. We'll try and get the theme out nice and early and then you can have your input. But be safe, and we've got to end it as we normally end these things.
Just remember, there's no such thing as a calibrated arm.
Sure isn't, and we proved it.